Yo, what's up guys, it's Handy Design, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all how y'all can make this graphic right here. This Giannis Antetokounmpo graphic right here, so let's get into it. So first I'm gonna be showing y'all with the background, right? We just have a dark gray background right here. And you can see this kind of texture I added right here. So I just went on Google and I look up noise overlay Photoshop, right? And I set the opacity at about 7 on each, and I just lay them on top. Luminosity, just find whatever works best, really. But this little bit of texture I think really goes a long way. So next we're gonna jump into the player treatment. Okay, so we found these pictures of Giannis. We just set them up like this. You can see like right here we faded out the head, and we just basically set it up to our liking. Found this cool perspective picture of Giannis, and we want the pictures to be from like all different angles, just to be like versatile. And here, so we right clicked right here and click right here, black and white. And then we pressed Control I to invert our mask and had it on black, hardness to 100. And we went around on all the green, right here, and we just erased that. So we're just left with black, white, and green. Here, color change, we just put a solid color and put the blend mode to whatever makes the color brighter, and then painted it in manually. Shadows, so we went to adjustments, brightness and contrast. Turn down our brightness -37, contrast 25. You can see all the shadows like on the side of his face right here. I'm gonna add some, and then like on his muscle, like wherever it is shadowed, you just add more just for that contrast. And here is where basically I added these triangles right here, right? And there's not really a secret to this. All I did was take my lasso tool and just go straight like this, up, just like this. And then once I had the shape, I press fill color, and I just take a light green, fill it in. And after I've done that with this green one, I press Control J to duplicate and make the bottom one black, and I move it over. And obviously you just have to fit the perspective, right? So right here, this triangle makes sense. It looks like it's on his leg, I guess. Just like this one down here, it looks like it's on his leg. So I just go around doing that for all of these triangles right here. This one is arm. Then we have one more right there. And then after that, all I do is I take a brush of the same color, and once I have the brush, I have it about this size, and I probably put the flow to about like 36, good size. And once we have it at this, see, it's just glowing just like that. And once you do all those triangles once with that about that size on linear dodge add, you decrease your flow, make your brush a little bit bigger, decrease it one more time, make it bigger, and then you have that glowy effect. Okay, next, for these particles right here, you see these particles, I'll show you. So I just go into Google. I'm just gonna do something real quick. Okay, so this is what the particles look like before I did anything to them. Since you see all of my glow is all on one layer, all I do is I just take my particles and I clipping mask it onto this glow layer, and I set it to screen, and it just makes that nice particle effect right there. Next, for the player glow, take a hue and saturation layer and put it on colorize. Set it to colorize right here. It's just gonna basically color it in blend mode almost, and set the hue to the same color as your light source, and I turn my saturation up, just mess with it, right? And I turn up my lightness, and once I'm done with that, I press Control I so you can't see it. I'm on my white brush, 0 hardness, flow at about whatever feels comfortable, you know. And then we just come on here, and you can see like right here, I did a very aggressive glow closer to the light source. And I'll try to find a good example. Like right here, this triangle, it's gonna be hitting the side of his face. It's gonna be hitting that basketball a little bit. Like right here, this triangle, it should be glowing like this on his foot a little bit. You know, just have an idea of where the light should come from. Then just change up the hue a little bit right here. And then we're gonna get started on the background, which is a little bit more just freestylish. You can see I added this foot shadow right here. All you do is just flip your brush around and make it about like that. Just paint on with a black brush. That's about it. Okay. So for our background, just any space. You just have to think of it like, so right here, if I was just to post this design, right, if I was just to make this and say, okay, I'm done with it, it would look okay, right? But there's too much space back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw shapes, just shapes that I think look good, and fill in this like space between these players. And I'm just going to make something happen, right? So right here, we have this shape. It's like this, just a random shape. And we take a picture of an NBA championship trophy and clipping mask it on. And after we clipping mask it on, you can see we just took our lasso tool and went really close to the edge right here and pressed delete. And we deleted it from the edge, right? Okay. Next, we make this shape right here. Another just random shape. They're all just random shapes. And it's Giannis. He's holding the championship trophy. These don't have to be like significant pictures. They're not really, these pictures are not really focused on too much, like this picture right here. So we made this shape. I just went and I looked up texture. Like this picture does not have anything. I looked up texture. I got this and I just made some random cutouts. Just random shapes. That's really all it has to be, right? Here, I made this shape, put a crowd in here. This is not even a Milwaukee Bucks crowd, it's just a random crowd. And then we put the Bucks logo on top as well. Here, I added this shape, and I added a Coliseum. See, you can't even tell, it doesn't even matter, just looks cool. We just added a white box right here to fill in the space. This, I kind of wanted this to be off of his shoulder a little bit, so I just cut that out with the lasso tool, just went along the edges, right? And we clipping masked Milwaukee, the city, onto it. And here, this one is just this shape right here. We put the crowd onto it, and then we cut the crowd out and just filled this in with white. Just fill it in with white. And next, we have our camera roll. You can actually we can go in here and look at what exactly we did. So contrast +12, highlights +7, shadows -17, blacks basically the same, texture 31, clarity 17, detail sharpening 21, noise reduction 8. On the color grading, I just bumped the highlights to green. You can see it just had the slightest effect. After we were done with that, we added a vignette out on the outside. We just made our brush pretty big, and we clicked right here on our background. You can see where it is. We just took it down a little bit. Press OK. And made our brush kind of big and just paint around the outsides. Here, we added that grungy texture to our players. Let's see if we can see it. See, like, you can barely even see it. It's just the slightest detail, just make it stand out. And then right here, we add our watermark. Always make sure y'all watermark y'all's work, you know. I've had a work of mine stolen in the past. And yeah,